Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back. We hope you've had a lovely lunch, as the MC said, and are ready for some learning this afternoon. I'm very proud this afternoon because not only am I the moderator, but I am the mentor of the two students who are going to present this afternoon. So it's going to be a great afternoon for me, and I hope a great afternoon for you. So I have a couple of questions before we start. Have you ever heard of installation arts? And do you know the connection between creativity and the environment? Well, today those questions are going to be answered in a wonderful way by our two presenters this afternoon. We're going to start with Jeremy, and Jeremy has a presentation entitled Installation plus Arts equals Installation Arts. If you're a bit confused, don't worry, because Jeremy will make it all clear in a minute. After Jeremy will be followed by Gwen, and Gwen's PYP exhibition is entitled Let's DIY to Save the Environment. So if you're interested in saving the environment, which I hope we all are, Gwen is ready to give you some ideas. So without further ado, I very proudly hand over to our first presenter, Jeremy.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy Benjamin Suryaputra. You can call me Jeremy. I am 11 years old and now I am in year 6, Tunas Muda School. I like to play online games and offline games. I like to do art such as painting, drawing, and make installation art as my topic in my PYPX. Hello everyone, welcome to my PYP exhibition. My name is Jeremy from Multi Trinity. For this PYPX, the transdisciplinary theme is how we express ourselves. These are my mentors. They help and guide me a lot on this PYP journey. My central idea is people use arts to provoke thought and convey creativity and uniqueness. My lines of inquiry are what installation art is and expressing creativity and feelings through installation art. The key concepts are form and perspective. The related key concepts are style and uniqueness. What is my PYPX about? Because not many people know what is installation art, they are more familiar with painting, drawing, sculpture, and etc. So I want to introduce people to installation art and show them my creation. What is installation art? Installation art is the term applied to three-dimensional works that usually occupy an entire room or gallery are created to change the perception of a space. The space of the installation art can be a closed space, such as in a museum, gallery, or open space such as street, bridge, field, even in the middle of a city. Installation art is one of the most powerful and immersive of all art forms, in contrast with traditional mediums such as painting and sculpture. Installation art is designed to fill whole rooms or even entire gallery space. Some history about installation art. According to masterclass.com, contemporary installation art was mostly developed in the 20th century, but have its origin in the 1950s and 1960s. Some artists create the work in an open or closed environment within a short period of time. The term installation art came to existence during 1970s. Here are some major characteristics of installation art. Mixed media. The artwork might involve mixed media and material, such as textile, cardboard, paint, wood, metal, and light. Sensory experience. The installation allows the visitor to enter, move around, touch, and smell the medium. Conceptual use of space. The installation art is art based on ideas rather than artistic quality of work. Site specific. The pieces are often created to be site specific in locations like a warehouse, large rooms, in a gallery space, or a museum, or even in a public art space. Temporary. All installation or art are created to be temporary, whether the display period is a few months or a few years. Here are some famous installation artists and their artwork. I sent the survey to year 3, 4, 5, and 6 classes. From the survey, I got 111 responses. 68% of them don't know what installation art is. And from all of the responses, the type of art they know the most are drawing with 50%, painting with 36%, photography with 5%, installation art with 4%, and sculpture with 3%. We interviewed Ibu Melati Suryodharmo on February 3 as our expert guest speaker. Ibu Melati is one of the Indonesian artists that is known internationally for her artwork. We asked a lot of questions and she also inspired me what to do. These are my artwork. I made these two installation artworks. They are called the tree and plastic octopus. I use unused materials such as wire, plastic bottle, plastic balloon, ball caps, string, and newspaper to create them. This is the process of making the plastic octopus. The inspiration behind the plastic octopus is because I admire octopus, and octopus is considered as one of the smartest creatures in the ocean. I use plastic bottles as the main material because there's a lot of plastic waste in the environment, and I want to turn them into art. This is the process of making the tree. The inspiration behind the tree was to appreciate the beauty of nature, and trees are important to our lives. I use a lot of colorful ball caps to symbolize happiness and a lot of energy. I have partnered up with my friends to make an Instagram account. It is called Diary of Art. We use this Instagram account to post and promote our action. Photo competition. I have displayed my installation art at school and I am hosting a photo competition for the teachers or students at school. This is one of the ways I promote my action. Here are some of the participants. These are the approaches to learning that I developed in this PYPX. Thinking skills. I thought about the design and the materials to make the installation art. Self-management skills. I have to manage my time to finish this project on time. Research skills. I research all about installation art. Communication skills. I communicate with my mentors and listen to their input. I also learn how to interview well. These are the learner profile and attributes that I developed in this PYPX. Risk taker. This is my first time making installation art and doing promotion on Instagram. Thinker. I have to think all about the things I need to finish in my PYPX. Balance. I manage my time well so I can finish this PYPX. Conclusion. In this PYPX, I learned a lot from finding my interest until doing my action. How to manage my time wisely and thinking creatively in doing my installation work. PYPX is a long and tough journey, but I made it through. I am very thankful for my mentors, teachers, parents, and friends for all the support in this PYPX journey. These are the resources I use. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. You also can follow my Instagram account at Diary of Art. If you have any questions, you may ask in the Q&A session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeremy, for your very informative presentation. I think you already have a winner for your competition, don't you? The photo competition. Would you like to announce who the winner is, Jeremy?
Yes, the winner is Pat Yadi.
Why did you choose Pat Yadi's picture as the winning picture?
Why did I choose Pat Yadi for the winner of the competition? Pat Yadi have a great message. What I think of it is, Pat Yadi is watering the plant, so he is helping the environment grow. And watering the plant is also very important, so the tree can grow.
Excellent. So you liked his message for the environment using creativity and real life. So congratulations to Pat Yadi for winning the photo competition. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for your very interesting presentation. I think everybody learned a lot about this interesting form of art. Now we're moving on to our second presenter. We have Gwen, who's going to let us know how DIYing can help to save the environment. So please welcome Gwen.
Oh, hi there everyone. My name is Gwen and I'm from 6D class. My hobbies are crafting and spending time with my family. And since this year's exhibition theme is how we express ourselves, I decided to express myself by making crafts. Now onto my presentation. Hello everyone, thank you for coming to my PYPX today. In this recording, I'll be talking about my topic, my central idea and lines of inquiry, how I took action, some background knowledge, my conclusion, and my reflection. So let's get started. First off, my topic. My topic is that people throw away materials that can be reused, so I want to change their minds because it's always been my childhood dream to help save our environment. Then my wonderful mentors. They've helped me throughout this journey by helping me check things, finalize my presentations, and by giving me great advice. Then my central idea and lines of inquiry. My central idea is people use arts to provoke thought and convey creativity and uniqueness. For my lines of inquiry, there are types of art, how artwork can provoke creativity, and creating artwork with recycled materials. Next is how I took action. I took action by making tutorial videos and posting them on my mom's and uncle's Instagram. This process was my favorite because I got to make the crafts, and I had fun making and editing the videos. I'll now play the video for you all to see. To see the full video, please check out their Instagrams. And I also took action by teaching Year 3 students what crafts are, the types of crafts, and how to make the crafts. This was the most chaotic experience throughout my PYPX because the students were asking me questions every minute and I had to answer them all. Then my PYPX journey. As you can see, the first step was to find out my interest. Then we researched about our interest to be able to understand it clearer. Then we discussed the central idea and lines of inquiry so we could try to make them. Then we discussed our action plan to help promote our PYPX. Then we executed our action. Some of us made videos, books, songs, and etc. Then we made our PYPX presentation for today, like what you all are seeing now. Then we confirmed our presentation with all our mentors. Then we finalized and record our presentations. Then some background knowledge. This is my first line of inquiry, the types of art. There's painting, where you apply paint, pigment, or color onto the surface. Sculpting, forming something into a 3D shape. Literature, art that uses literacy as the media. Architecture, art where a group of people make a building to be displayed in public. Cinema or motion pictures, which are animations. Music, art where someone plays an instrument and combines it with their vocal sounds. And theater, live performances. This is my second line of inquiry, how artwork can provoke creativity. According to a website called BeBrainFit, doodling and drawing can help you improve your critical thinking skills. And a fun fact, that the most creative and innovative people in history were doodlers. This is my third line of inquiry, creating crafts from recyclable materials. To get started on making the crafts, you should look for craft ideas first. I recommend the website I linked in my presentation, or you can watch my videos on Instagram or my Google Sites. Next is my conclusion. This journey was a tiring and stressful experience, but it was also pretty fun. Like when I taught year 3 and when I got to meet my mentors. Because I only saw them as teachers, but now I know them a little deeper. And from my workshop, I have successfully inspired year 3 to make more crafts from recyclable material from the responses from my poll survey. Then what I'll do next, I'll continue posting on my mom's or my uncle's Instagram when I can, to inspire more people to save our environment. These are the sources I used for my presentation. Thank you everyone for coming to my PYPX. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you very much, Gwen. What a beautiful presentation. You've inspired me to try making your flowers too. I'm going to have a go next weekend. There are quite a lot of questions coming in for both of you. So if you're both ready, we'll start on our questions. If you have any questions, audience, please pop them in the chat box and our presenters will be ready to answer. The first question is for Jeremy. Jeremy, from the installation arts that you made, what are the elements of installation art that you included in your art?
Thank you for the question. In my installation art, I have all of the elements, such as I use mixed material. It is a site specific because I display it in school, so everyone at school can see it and touch it. And it is also for temporary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. I've enjoyed seeing your artwork every morning when I arrive at school. It is very inspirational and you've worked very hard on it. So thank you for sharing what installation art is all about. The next question is for Gwen. Gwen, this is from Miss Lenny. Miss Lenny said, very nice tutorial video of your DIYs. If you were given extra time, what else would you do to promote your action?
To promote my action a little more, maybe I would have collaborated with my friends. So when they present and one of the mentors or teachers put their Instagram in the chat, they can also see my products and I can inspire more people. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing there, Gwen. Our next question is for both presenters. Let's start with Jeremy. Jeremy, apakah menurut kalian action kalian sudah berhasil? Dari mana kalian tahu?
Terima kasih atas pertanyaannya. Menurut saya, Action saya berhasil. Saya display seni instalasi saya di sekolah, sehingga orang-orang di sekolah bisa melihatnya langsung dan saya post di Instagram agar banyak orang bisa melihat seni instalasi aku. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Jeremy. Gwen?
Terima kasih untuk pertanyaannya. Saya pikir tindakan saya telah berhasil karena saya sudah sorry, what's inspire year 3 in BI?
Terima kasih, Gwen. Okay, now we're back to Jeremy again. Jeremy, what did you learn from the session with Ibu Melati that inspired you to make your art?
Thank you for the question. After doing the interview with Ibu Melati, the lesson that I got from her is do what you like and be proud of your final result. Thank you.
That's a very good message, isn't it? A very good message for anybody else going to do a PYP exhibition. Enjoy what you do and be proud when you finished. Excellent. Okay, next question is for Gwen. Gwen, from your PYPX journey, which part of the process did you find the most challenging and how did you overcome it?
Thank you for the question. I think I find making the central idea and lines of inquiry the hardest part because I have no experience and it's pretty difficult for me. By how I overcome it, I listened more to my mentor's meeting and I asked them more questions so I could successfully make a good central idea and lines of inquiry. Thank you.
Yes, I think asking questions is a very good way to find out about things you're not sure about, isn't it, Gwen? So well done for asking questions in that challenging part of making the central idea and lines of inquiry. Our next question is for Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy, your octopus is so cute. How long did it take you to make it? That's from Ibu Fina.
Thank you for the question. I made the octopus for 5 days because I need to dry. I think the hardest step in this making the octopus is to shape the plastic bottle in an octopus shape. Thank you.
Thank you for explaining, Jeremy. It certainly does look like an octopus. It's wonderful. Okay, our next question is for both presenters. Let's start with Gwen. This is from Robin. I don't know if it's Pat Robin or just Robin. Why did you choose this topic, Gwen?
Before the PYP, thank you for the question. Before the PYPX, I made a little gift for my friend. It was a paper rose, which is why it inspired me to make more crafts. Thank you.
Oh, that's a very nice story. Good inspiration there. Jeremy, the same question to you. Why did you choose this topic?
Thank you for the question. Why I choose this topic is because installation art is an interesting topic, and also because installation art can be used to show your creativity and express yourself. Plus, it is new to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's always good to try something new, isn't it? Our next question is from Ibu Lianti Lily. I think it's quite similar to the previous question, Jeremy. Where did you get your inspiration for your interest in installation art?
Thank you for the question. I got the inspiration from my research from the internet because installation art is new for me, and also from Ibu Melati as the expert guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if anybody is very interested in installation art, if you visit Museum Macan in West Jakarta, you often find extremely interesting installation art there. So next time it's open and it's safe to go, please have a look there. Our next question is for both presenters. We'll start with Gwen. Which part of this exhibition has made you feel the most proud, and which part is the most challenging? That's from Mr. Sutres. Starting with Gwen.
Thank you for the question. The part I'm most proud with is probably my actions because I'm pretty new to the craft world, and if you do something really great as a beginner, it's something that you will remember forever by feeling proud. And I think for the most challenging part was the central idea and lines of inquiry, like I mentioned earlier. Thank you.
Very good answer there, Gwen. Thank you. And Jeremy, the same question. Which part of the exhibition makes you feel the most proud, and which was the most challenging?
Thank you for the question. My proud moment is that I can finish my PYPX on time and also making my installation art. The difficult moment is I think I will do the difficult part of this PYPX is to manage my time because there's a lot of things to do and I need to catch up. Thank you.
Yes, I think there were many, many things to do, and you don't know how proud we all are of you all for achieving everything and getting to this point. So well done to you all. Okay, our next question is also for both presenters. We'll start with Gwen. This is from Miss Ratri. You've both made great art from unused materials. Plastic trash is a very big issue lately. Is there any action you would like to do to continue your artwork with unused materials after this PYPX is finished? Gwen.
Thank you for the question. I will probably make more crafts because I enjoy crafting and I have a lot of unused materials laying around my house. And I'll continue posting on my mom's Instagram. Thank you.
It's great to know that you're going to keep creating and inspiring others to do the same. Okay, thank you, Gwen. Jeremy?
Thank you for the question. Yes, I will keep making installation art and improving my art skill. And maybe I can make other installation art with different materials other than plastic. Thank you.
Okay, we look forward to seeing your next creations. We have more questions. Oops, the questions keep coming in. Let me just find the next one. The next question is for Jeremy. Jeremy, Miss Lenny is very curious of how many materials you used in your installation arts and how did you manage to collect them?
Thank you for the question. I use a lot of plastic bottle, plastic glass, ball caps, wire, and newspaper. I got all the materials from home. Whenever I have plastic bottle, I will keep it because I knew that I will use it for my installation art. And I got the plastic gallon from my neighbor. Thank you.
Oh, excellent. And Miss Nadia would like to know, did you have any challenges collecting the materials?
No, I don't have any difficulties on collecting the materials because I got a lot of plastic bottles and bottle caps at home. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So maybe that's a good inspiration for other people. If you have plastic bottles at home, don't throw them out. Don't throw the bottle caps out as well. You could make your own octopus or create something else. Okay, next question is for Gwen. Gwen, Miss Lenny wonders, what do you do with all the DIYs that you've created and what will you do with them in the future after the PYPX is over?
Well, for the rolls, I give it to my mom because I appreciate her a lot. And for the
Aw.
stickers, I put them on my tablet and I also put them around my house. Thank you.
Excellent. So you're using them very wisely. Okay, thank you very much. We have a question for Jeremy from Jane Gunawan. Jane would like to know, what did you learn when you made your installation art?
Thank you for the question. I learned that uh, making installation art with plastic is harder than I thought because when I put the hot glue on the plastic, it melts. So I have to cover it with something. Thank you.
Okay, that's very good advice. Being very careful with the hot glue and the materials that you're using. Excellent. Thank you for your question, Jane. We have another question for Jeremy from Robin. What did you use for the tree branch?
Thank you for the question. How I made the tree branch is I cut some wire and I bend the wire onto the tree and make it and cover it with newspaper. That's why you don't see the wire. Thank you.
Okay, and we have one more question, two more questions actually about the octopus. The first question is from Billy Madania. Did you make the octopus yourself? And the second question is from Kaysen, who'd like to know, what did you feel when you were making the octopus?
Thank you for the question. I got a little help from my mom to handle the hot glue because I accidentally burned it myself. And then for the second question, I feel happy on making the octopus, and I also feel proud. It was very fun to make the octopus, and especially spray painted it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Yes, we have to be very careful using hot glue. I think that's good advice to anybody who is planning on doing their own creations. Be very careful with hot glue, as Jeremy has learned from his experience. Okay, this is a question for both of you from Gillian, starting with Gwen. On a scale of 1 to 10, oh, the questions keep coming in and they're jumping up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was it to create your artwork? And will you continue doing your action after the PYPX is done?
Thank you for the question. I think making my action was kind of a 1 out of 10 in difficulty because it was really easy to make it since I had a tutorial to follow while I was making the tutorial video. But the cleaning up was quite a pain, so it's 1 out of 10 out of difficulty. Thank you.
Thank you for your honesty there, Gwen. And Jeremy?
Thank you for the question. It was not that hard to make the octopus and tree. It's just that I got burned a lot from the hot glue. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your information. Now we have another question, which is a very important question for you both. We'll start with Gwen. This is a question from Alif Madania. I don't know, maybe for Ali. How do you manage your time? I think everybody's realized how much hard work has gone into the PYP exhibition. So how do you manage your time? Gwen.
Thank you for the question. I manage my time by making a little post-it note and I stick it on my tablet because I go to my tablet a lot. And whenever I do, I see my reminder that says, do your action for PYPX or maybe edit video for PYPX and etc. Thank you.
That's a very good idea, giving yourself a message. Do your action, then you won't forget. Well done. And Jeremy, how do you manage your time?
Thank you for the question. How I manage my time is I prioritize to do my PYPX first and also do other schoolwork so they can finish on time. My suggestion is to make a schedule so you can see every day to do your PYPX. Thank you.
That's very good advice too, making a schedule. Also, if you're interested in tips for managing your time, you can see Heidi's session either, I think, tomorrow or Wednesday. She will share about bullet journaling, which is a very good way of managing your time. So if that's one of your weaknesses, that session is also good for tips So thank you both for your tips. The next question is for Gwen. Oh, on Friday, sorry. Heidi's session is on Friday if you need tips for how to make a bullet journal to organize your time. Heidi, this is a question from Paige. Do you think that unused materials will run out in your household, or will there always be something you can use?
Thank you for the question. If I craft a lot in like a really quick time, maybe they might run out or maybe just be a little less. But I don't think they'll run out that quick. And if they do run out, I usually get newspapers weekly, so I can usually make more after my grandma reads them. Thank you.
Okay, so your grandma's in on the supply chain. That's very good. Okay, our next question is for you both, starting with Jeremy from Part Destroy. How do you guys identify your weakness while doing the project? And how could you improve and overcome the weakness?
Thank you for
Jeremy?
the question.
You're welcome. Off you go.
How I identify my weakness from doing my project is my weakness is self-management skills. In the start of PYPX, I was very lazy, but now I realize PYPX is very important. So I prioritize PYPX first and make a schedule to do my PYPX every time. Thank you.
That's very good advice, making a schedule because you know your weakness. Same question to Gwen. How did you identify your weakness and how could you overcome your weakness?
Thank you for the question. From my PYPX, I realized that I don't really trust myself. So whenever I make something, I would like to confirm with my mom or my mentors. And that is also how I overcome my weakness. Thank you.
That's a very interesting thing to say. You don't really trust yourself. I know what you mean. If you know your weakness is time management, for example, you know you're already ready for making mistakes. So that's a good time to find some ways to overcome the weakness, isn't it? Thank you for the question. That was a very good one. Okay, our next question is to Jeremy from Patyadi. I think you can imagine what he's going to say. Thank you, Jeremy, for choosing my picture as your photo competition winner. What is the message you would like to address from the octopus and the tree that you made?
Thank you for the question. Why I choose you for the winner is you pose with you watering the plant, and watering the plant is very important. In my mind, it's like sprinkling the tree of happiness so it can grow. Thank you.
That's a very nice way of explaining it, Jeremy. And it's nice to hear that Patyadi is happy with his winning status. Okay, we have another interesting question here. This is for you both, starting with Gwen. How did you do any research for your art products? For example, why did Jeremy choose red for the octopus's color? And why was it that size? And how did you plan it first? And sorry, the question has now moved. Oh, and Gwen, how did you choose what types of flowers and what suitable materials there were? How did you do research to find out those things? Starting with Gwen.
Thank you for your question. The research I did for my action was the types of crafts that I can do with my recyclable materials that are available. So I searched up on YouTube the types of, I searched up on YouTube how to make paper roses, for example, and then I just clicked on the first video that I found, or the video that I found interesting. Thank you.
That's good. So you did some research and found what spoke to you. That's very good. Jeremy, same question to you. What research did you do?
Thank you for the question. I research all about installation art, like the major characteristics to the famous artists that create installation art. For the second question, why did you choose red for your octopus? It's actually orange, dark orange. Why I choose that? Because I think it is eye-catchy and it is a good color for octopus too.
It is very eye-catchy, yes. I experience that every morning. It's a very cheerful color. Thank you very much. Now, here is a challenging question from Paige for you both. If you're making crafts to save the environment, wouldn't that be sharing the planet instead of how we express ourselves? Ooh, Gwen, how would you answer that challenging question?
Thank you for the question. Now that I think about it, it's also kind of more like sharing the planet. But I can also, using the stickers idea, I can also express myself by making a happy face, for example. And then use it as an example, like I can use it as an example as a mood tracker. So I'll make a calendar and I'll put the happy sticker on the first day and then maybe neutral on the next day and etc. Thank you.
Okay, so the focus is on using your crafts to express yourself in different ways and express things to other people. Okay, good question, Paige. Jeremy, how do you answer Paige's challenging question?
Thank you for the question. I always believe we can save the planet by doing art. And art can also be a way to express our creativity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is a fine line between how we express ourselves and other aspects of learning, but they both focused on expressing themselves through this creativity to also send a message to other people. Okay, we have another question for Gwen. This is from Vina. Gwen, untuk pemula, apakah Anda tips khusus untuk memulai membuat DIY?
Terima kasih untuk pertanyaannya. Saya pikir kamu bisa mencari DIY yang mudah dulu, seperti kotak kertas. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Gwen. It's always good to have tips for other people who would like to follow your lead. The next question is for Jeremy from Miss Nadia. Miss Nadia would like to know, what are you going to do with your octopus and tree after the project? And what's your plan after the exhibition?
Thank you for the question. I think after this project, then I can display my octopus and tree at home. And after this, I will still keep learning about other kind of arts and try to make them. Thank you.
That's very good. I think anybody would be lucky to have their octopus and tree in their house, to be inspired by your creativity. Okay, the next question, I think it was asked a little bit earlier, but I haven't asked it yet. Just give me 1 second. It was a question from Miss Lenny. Just a moment. The question was, how do you both feel right now after having worked so hard on your exhibitions and having your presentation at this moment? How do you feel right now? Gwen, how are you feeling?
Thank you for the question. I feel really tense and really nervous because if I mess up, I might, like what I just did, I messed up. And I feel pretty embarrassed whenever I mess up. Thank you.
Well, we all mess up. As all the mentors know, I messed up in the first presentation this morning by not unmuting my microphone. So it happens to us all, Gwen. No need to worry about messing up. We're all human, aren't we? You've done a fantastic job today. Jeremy, how do you feel right at this moment?
Thank you for the question. I feel happy and proud because I can finish this PYPX. And thank you for all of the mentors and teachers and my friends for supporting me. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for your appreciation. It's been a pleasure to be part of the team supporting you both. And Miss Lenny said you both did amazing. That's great. We have another question for Gwen. Will you do more DIYs after the PYPX is done? I think Miss Susie has enjoyed watching your tutorial videos, Gwen, and she'd like to know, are you going to do any more?
Thank you for the question. I might do more if I'm not too busy, and I'll record them, edit them, and post them on my mom's Instagram. Thank you.
So we need to follow Gwen's mum's Instagram to have more DIY inspiration. Okay, I would like to ask a question. In school, we often talk about the learner profile and the importance of the values that we want you to develop, which will help you when you go out into the world. I'd like to know which aspect of the learner profile you feel that you've really developed that will help you in your future. Let's ask Jeremy first.
Thank you for the question. I think I developed risk taker the most because this is the first time I'm making installation art. I'm presenting to a big audience. Thank you.
Yes, you've done very well. I think it's always good to be a risk taker, even though it's a scary thing. Taking a risk does make you feel good, doesn't it? So well done for being a risk taker. How about you, Gwen? Which aspects of the learner profile do you think you have developed the most?
Thank you for the question, Ms. Rachel. I think I've mostly developed on my reflective skill. On my reflectiveness. Because I had to make sure that everything was perfect, because I feel like if it's not 100% perfect, it's not really acceptable. Thank you.
I'm glad you've learned to be reflective, because we all, even adults, we all need to be reflective in what we do. And if you can learn at this young age to be reflective, then that's always a good thing. Okay, we have another question here from Miss Gina. Thank you for your question, Miss Gina. Gwen, you mentioned in your conclusion that your PYPX journey brought you stressful times. How did you get out of that state and finally complete all your tasks so well?
Thank you for the question. How I got out of my stressful times was that I put everything aside and just focused on my one priority, PYPX, and pretended the others didn't really exist. Thank you.
Well, that's a good way of dealing with it, isn't it? There's always stresses in life, aren't there? And we have to learn to prioritize and focus on one thing at once, and then everything will get done. We have another question for Gwen. Miss Nadia would like to know, is there any particular reason you chose to teach Year 3 students for your DIY?
At first, thank you for the question. At first, I planned on doing Year 3 or Year 4, but then Year 4 had too many people, and I kind of felt bad because they were drowned in surveys and stuff. So then I chose Year 3 because it's more easier, and I hope that they were more easier to teach. Thank you.
Excellent. I hope, well, I heard that they really enjoyed it. So hopefully in many houses, there's lots of nice flowers and stickers being created. Okay, I have a question for Jeremy and then for Gwen. I know listening today, we have a lot of students from other year levels who are very excited about starting their PYP exhibition journey one day soon. What advice would you give to those people about the PYP exhibition journey and how to make it the least stressful possible? Jeremy, what advice would you give the younger students?
Thank you for the question. My suggestion is to start planning your topic and try to make a schedule so you can manage your time well and don't get left behind. Thank you.
That's very, very good advice. Make yourself a schedule and then you can see what you have to do and you can do it. Okay, Gwen, what advice do you have for the younger students?
Thank you for the question, Ms. Rachel. My advice is to relax sometimes because I kind of worked a lot and I couldn't really have any fun or relax to unwind. Thank you.
So being balanced is very important, isn't it? Thank you very much for your advice. Here's a question from Marco for you both. Does making the art help you to express yourself? Let's go to Jeremy first.
Thank you for the question. Yes, making art can express your creativity and it express minds. I express myself with joy and making the art is fun. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Gwen?
Thank you for the question.
Does making the art help you to express yourself?
Thank you for the question. For the stickers video, I actually drew what I was feeling at the moment. For example, I was feeling happy or maybe craving some ice cream. So I would draw a happy face and I would draw some ice cream after. Thank you.
That's very good. So expressing how you're feeling at the moment through stickers, I love it. We have another question. Well, not really a question, Gwen. This is a request from Paige. Could you make an online workshop on Instagram to help people to do more crafts?
Thank you for the request, but I don't think I will be able to do that since I'm going to secondary soon and I heard that it's pretty stressful and there's a lot more things to do. But thank you for the request.
But you still have to be balanced, and even in secondary, you still need to have hobbies, and you still need to have things that help you express yourself and things that make you feel happy. So don't put all your hobbies and relaxation activities to one side in secondary, because you still need to have those things in your life. And you've learned in the PYP exhibition how to balance your time so you can make time for still doing crafting. Even if you don't make a workshop, there's still time for crafting. Don't think that at secondary you don't have time for any hobbies, because that's not true at all. Okay, well, we have a lot of nice comments in the chat box. If you have a look, guys, there's a lot of people saying that you've done a great job. Do we have any final questions in our last couple of minutes? Thank you very much for all the support for our beloved students. Okay, I think no more questions for now. Your friends and our visitors are saying you've done a fantastic job. I know you've done a fantastic job because I've been your mentor along the way. So congratulations to you both for this wonderful achievement. Do you have any final message for anybody, Jeremy?
Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope my installation art can inspire you to be creative and express yourself through art. And I also want to say thank you to all of my mentors, teachers, and friends for supporting me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Any last message from you, Gwen?
Thank you all for coming to our PYPX and supporting us throughout this journey. Also, please check out our Instagrams to help promote our action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gwen. If you have a look in the chat box, you'll see the Instagram accounts of our two wonderful presenters. Please go and follow them and be inspired by their creativity. I'd like to say a very big thank you to both Jeremy and Gwen for their presentations today. We hope that you continue to be creative throughout your life. We would like our audience to fill in our feedback form. If you have a look in the chat box, you'll find the link, or you can scan the code here. Please give us some feedback as student presenters and as mentors and the school. We appreciate your feedback to help us to continue to develop and improve. It will only take a couple of minutes, so please, if you could do it now, that would be wonderful. There's also a link to the students' G sites where you can see more of their hard work and examples of their creativity. So please check that link and have a look at all the things they've done and see if you can be inspired too. So on behalf of everybody, thank you all for today. A big thank you to the technical team who have done an amazing job, and to our wonderful presenters for today. And we have finished our presentation. And don't forget to be true, be you, yuk bisa yuk.